this is different, right? All right. So we just heard amazing testimonies on their new packs. So we know that they work and they're awesome. We heard Dr. Dawn talk about how they were formulated and how corporate has done the work for us. They put these packs together to get our customers amazing results and ourselves. So we want to talk about how to sell those results packs, because that might be a question in your mind right now. These are awesome, but now what do I do? So I'm going to introduce our panel up here. They're going to tell you a little bit about who they are, where they were before It Works. So let's start with Christy. Tell me about what was going on before It Works, who you are, where you're from, and what was going on before It Works.
I am Christy Christensen. I am from Las Vegas. So I was actually a brand new hairstylist, and I thought that was like, woo, I got my career, it's gonna be amazing. And I was newly married in a brand new state, and I know that's sometimes a concern for people. And my husband and I were on food stamps and Medicaid, and I was like, this is not like what I expected for a brand new married life. It just wasn't what I, wanted for us. And I don't believe any of you guys are here by chance. I believe you're all here for a reason, because at that exact time, I wanted to start having kids, and my husband's like, we're literally like food stamps Medicaid, like we're not having kids right now. But if you know me, I'm like, we're gonna make it happen. So at that exact time, a girl came into my salon and she offered me the business, and she actually, don't do this, but she showed me a diamond chart and she said, hey, you wanna make a $10,000 bonus? And I was like, sure. And I actually signed up that day. I didn't know what I was doing, and for my first 3 months, I actually only sold wraps because I always had my auto ship on. I didn't sign any customers, any distributors, and I truly believe that auto ship being on is what kept me in this business to this day, and here I am.
Awesome, awesome, auto ship. Okay, Lori, tell us who you are, where you're from, what's going on?
And I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and woohoo, North Carolina. And so I joined this business 2.5 years ago, and life looked super different from right now. We were struggling financially, and by that I mean we shared one car. We were on a really strict budget even for food. I had a lot of depression, anxiety, waking up just feeling stressed out every day, thinking there has to be more to life than this. And I had a lot of goals, I had a lot of dreams, and it just kind of felt like everything was just hitting us. So just going to the mail was stressful, the ding of, you need gas in your car, and we just never had money in our bank. It was like we worked and worked and worked, and it was so hard. And so my middle school best friend offered the business to me, and I ignored her for 3 months. Sorry, Michelle. And so follow up, because it took me 3 months, and I just watched her, and I thought, you know what, I wanted more out of life, and this is the last thing I thought I'd be doing. Went to school studying molecular cell biology, and then I was a wedding photographer, so I just wanted something different. And even though I had doubts, I had fears, I realized that I'm worth it, and I started to really embrace that. And so I joined this business, and I came to conference the first time 2 years ago, sat in the last row, and my dream was to be on the stage being interviewed by someone awesome. And so here I am. So just know that you're worth it if you're struggling with that, and that we're no different. You can get up here and you can absolutely change your life. And so that's
so awesome. All right, Brianne, who are you? Where are you from? Tell me a little about your story.
Hi, my name's Brianne Burtness, and I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. And I have been doing this business for about 4.5 years, and I have to say that our lives looked a lot different 4.5 years ago, because I had 2 really young kids at home. I found this business when my daughter was about 18 months old, and my son was about 4. And I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, but I had that feeling of this impending expiration date. Like any day my husband was gonna come home and say, like, we can't do it anymore, you've gotta go back. And I had this horrible anxiety that kept me up at night, and I would pray and pray that I would find a way to stay home until they went to kindergarten. So when I found this business, it literally fell in my lap, and I was so excited to be able just to make an extra $500 a month, because that was all that we needed for me to make sure that I was gonna get through the next 4 years until they started kindergarten. And I have to tell you that this year our youngest actually started kindergarten, and we're getting to learn a little bit about what life looks like beyond that. So we're a stay-home family now, and I got to reach my goal of being home with my babies every single day. Like, I built my business around nap times, after bedtimes, around our chaos, and we totally made it work. So it's been amazing.
So that is who these amazing women are, who are going to give you these next tips. So super excited for you to hear from them. But what we want to do, we want to start with talking about mindset and belief. You know, why are we talking about upselling to the packs? So Lori, I want to talk to you first, because I know that you have a heart for this like I do. So where should our focus be when we're talking about selling these packs? You know, is this about, you know, we want to upsell to these packs so that we're selling multiple products at a time so that we're increasing our paycheck? Or tell me your thoughts on that.
Definitely not. Thinking about the customer, so I always think friendship's fun and freedom, and so this business is about friendship, whether that's your customer or your distributor. So when I'm talking to a customer, I want to be their friend. I want to help them. I want them to come to me and tell me, oh my goodness, this great result, I feel this, I look this, I feel more confident. And so my mindset is about them. So whether they're trying a product that, you know, is for weight loss, maybe it's skincare, I want to help them get their goal.
Absolutely, I agree. And I say this with the results, with the products, when you're selling things to customers, but this is a blanket concept for your business as well. This has to be more about other people than yourself. If this is only about increasing your paycheck or changing your own life, you're probably not going to have very much success. But if you will focus on changing lives, because that's what our products do, our business does that. If you will focus on changing lives, then this is going to get a whole lot easier for you, and you're going to have that confidence. So it's got to be more about other people than ourselves. I want to ask Christy, I want to ask you about this too, okay? So I loved what you said about us needing to be confident. Can you tell me more about what you were saying the other day when we were talking? Can you tell me about that, being confident in our product?
Yeah, so you guys, you have got to be confident when you are talking to people about the products. And the thing is when you're, you know, going upon what you guys were saying, when you know that you're actually helping them, your confidence is through the roof. You can tell them, like, this is what you need, without, you know, being worried or scared. And you're having that confidence in yourself. But going upon belief too, like, you guys, affirmations are huge. Like, you have to know, like, you know, I am going to sign 2 customers today. You know, I'm huge with that. And you have to assume the sale. And when you know your products, like, that's when you're going to be able to do that.
Absolutely. Lori, I want to come back to you for just a second. You know, there's some people out there, maybe even watching us on pay-per-view, who may have just gotten their kit, and they have those first 4 wraps. And they're like, all right, I'm watching this, and they're telling me I need to not only sell these 4 wraps, and I haven't even sold 1 wrap yet, but now you want me to sell like 5 at a time, right? And they're like, yeah, there's no way I can't do this. What would you tell them about that?
The first thing is remove that word can't. Your mindset is, you're basically giving yourself a prescription for what's going to happen. And so if you're telling yourself, I'm struggling selling these wraps, or no one wants to buy these wraps, that's exactly what's going to happen. And so the first thing you have to do is change your mindset. And the fastest way for you to get your $99 back from your wraps, or maybe get your first 4 customers, is actually to go to personal development. It may be something going back into something in your life, forgiving yourself, forgiving somebody else, whether you're struggling maybe with your weight or appearance or a past relationship, something that's made you feel that you're not worth it. You've got to address that. That is your fastest way to be successful in this business. And sometimes when people come to me and they say, I can't sign a customer, I'm like, yes you can, number 1, but you have to fix you, and then you're going to fix everybody else. And so belief is so important, and just allowing yourself to know that you're worth it is huge in this business.
Yeah, completely. Because we can give you tons and tons. We can give you tons of tips in the way that these ladies do it, because they're incredible. But if you don't have that belief and mindset, if it's not right, then none of this is going to work. So work on that first. Okay, Brian, let's get into how. Right, we got our mindset and belief. We're going. How do we do this? So I want to ask you first. Tell me how you work with your customer and their goals to get these packs into their hands.
Okay. The very first thing that I do, no matter what they are interested in, okay, they could come to me and just say they want to try some skincare. I absolutely do not care. I'm going to ask them what their goals are for 2017, okay? because I want to know going into the conversation what they're working on. And you know, they may come to me and say like, I really want to try this exfoliating peel. And then when you start asking about their goals, you find out that they're going on a vacation, or they're getting married, or they have a reunion and they're trying to lose weight and they're trying to do those things. So I'm gonna make sure that I know up front what they're working towards, so that way I know what to offer them ultimately before they head to my website or we get them signed up.
So you don't ever just offer them, you know, they come to you asking about skincare or HSN. You don't ever just give them the price and ask them if they're ready to order that one product.
No. I'm gonna make sure that I always come to the table with at least 3 different products. I want to make sure that not only are they gonna get what they want, but they're also getting what's going to help them reach their goals the fastest and is going to work the best for them specifically.
Yeah. Okay, so can you give me an example of you doing this? Okay.
I actually came prepared.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea.
Okay, so when she asked me if I would have an example, I had the best conversation the other day with someone the other day. Like, it was one of those that it was just on point. And she said that she had seen me on Facebook. She was interested in maybe doing a 90-day challenge, which if ever you see anyone post about that, it's just another way of saying loyal customer program. It gets them in the frame of mind of thinking 3 months in a row. But I said, okay, that's awesome. Why don't you tell me a bit about your goals? And so I can make a few recommendations on what challenges will get you there the fastest. And she said, I'm starting a whole life change. I'm done having children and I need the fit me back. My husband and I started working out at the beginning of the year, and we work out every day except for weekends. We're now in new healthy eating habits and a whole new routine. I just started back up in college again, okay? So she's a busy mom, she's in school, and she wanted to know what was gonna get her there the fastest. So, because I'm obsessed with it, is this where we at? I told her about the system, okay? And I got to share with her my results. I've recently lost 10 pounds on the system. So I got to tell her about that, how well it worked for me. I gave her a rundown of all of the products and what they do. And it was a matter of minutes conversation. She was done and done. She was ready to order. And she had one sent for her. And then she messaged me back a few days later and she said, okay, my husband was super jealous, so I just jumped on there and I ordered the rest of the products for him too.
Amazing, and that's how it's done. Well done, Brianne. I just love that because corporate is already, again, they've done the work for us. Everything that she was wanting to achieve, corporate has put into these packs, and she's gonna get the results that she wants because you took the time to figure out what her goals were. It's just amazing. Okay, Christy, I wanna ask you about this because you told me that sometimes when you're talking to customers about what their goals are, they don't even realize what their goals are. So tell me a little bit about the process you go through, and then if you have an example of that.
Okay, so I actually have this set up in my team page. So I start with the same thing, you know, what are your goals? And like I said, I have this literally set up, pinned at the top of my team page because I could learn it all day, you could learn it all day, but don't you want your team to duplicate this? And that's how this business works. So first thing I do, ask them their goals. And I've had people say, oh, I want to try the wraps. And I'm like, what are your goals? And they're like, 50 pounds. I'm like, that's not gonna work. So in that sense, then I ask them, okay, well, what's your physical activity like and how is your eating? And once I go through that, then honestly, I am obsessed with the system. I had awesome results when I did it. I did a competition with the girl on my team. Just started using the shakes, but this system, it really just has everything that someone needs in it. And so it's just gold for me. And so I will just explain to them with a very brief little description what each product does, because you guys, I'm not Dr. Dawn, I don't know everything, but I can read, and so can you guys, and you can go on your website and you can give them a tiny little description, and then they're gonna have confidence in you. And then something else too, then of course the next question is, you know, how much does it cost? What's the price? And I always give them the retail price and then the loyal customer price. I never answer something they didn't ask, because if you send them something like this, they will run. So then once they'll say, oh, okay, like that's huge savings. It's like 40% off. That's amazing. And with the system and the packages and the metabolic burn, you guys are able to even upsell it more because there's even more savings than them individually as a loyal customer. And then they ask me, oh, well, what's a loyal customer? And I just explain it in literally 2 sentences, and then I say, all right, let's walk you through your order and get you put in. And like I had added before, you have to assume the sale. I'm not like, oh, so you're ready to order? I'm like, let's get your order in right now. And they're like, all right, I want those results, let's do it.
That is awesome. Okay, Lori, I have heard you talk about what Brianne and Christy are talking about, but you refer to it as like a salon mindset. Can you tell me a little bit about, and I know you train your team that way too, so tell me about that concept, that theory that you use for training.
I think that everyone knows when you go get your nails done, they always ask, you know, do you want this, do you want that? And I remember one time going to get my nails done, and she's like, do you want your eyebrows waxed? And at first I was like, do I need my eyebrows waxed? And then I realized she was just trying to take care of me. She just wanted me to look good and wanted, you know, she just assumed that I would want to look better. And so I think that approach, you're not trying to push them. You're offering, you're a consultant, you're offering the best option for them. So whatever it is, if they come to me saying, hey, I want to lose weight, I'm going to point to one of the packs, give them some options, go through things, and they're going to have great results.
Yeah, and it's all about, again, being confident in that. You can be confident in offering those other products because they're going to get results. You're going to make them healthier. They're going to be more confident. So, but the biggest way that you can be confident in our products and upselling to these packs is to use them yourself, right? Be a product of the product. So, use those products, guys. Get your own results. So I have recently lost 12 pounds. Me and Brianne, yes. Just lost 12 pounds since December. Finally got that off from being pregnant for like 8 years straight. And I can tell you, so over the past 8 weeks, people, if they see me in person, they've been asking, what are you doing? And then online, on social media, I've been sharing, you know, here's my progress and here's what I'm doing. I hashtag supplements every day so that people know that it is my It Works products. And it's my, the changes that I'm making that are accomplishing this. So, Brianne, I want to come back to you because I know you shared this same passion about being an example, and you talked about, how you've lost 10 pounds on the system. So share with me a little about how important this is, sharing your own results.
Okay, so I have been doing a lot of sharing on social media about the system recently. I've been doing Facebook Lives where I can sit and go over all of the products with everyone and tell them about how I'm using them. You know, I'll pop it up in the morning, like when I'm actually taking everything or when I'm putting a wrap on or something like that. I'm excited about it. That's gonna help them get them excited about it. But I want you to know that you are going to sell probably the top 5 products that you're excited about, okay? That is what you want to do, is make sure that you are becoming a product of the product. You're trying the stuff, you're putting them together, you're trying these new packs, because if you want to sell them, your friends and family aren't going to trust anyone more than they trust you, okay? And results speak louder than words. So there is nothing I can encourage you to do more than try these packs, document your results, and then share them with everyone you know.
Yeah, Christy, I know you feel extremely similar, so tell me your opinion on that.
Well, I really believe like you sell what you use. And I didn't think that when I first started because I was pregnant, so there was a bunch of stuff I couldn't use. I was like, yeah, whatever, like I'll just tell them about this and that and whatever. But now, as I use things, you're just so excited. You're like, oh my gosh, it works. Like it really does work. And then your belief comes with that, and everything else just falls in place when you use the product. Like seriously, everything else does. Because when you're talking to someone, you're like, just like you guys, I had amazing system results that I got corporate approved now, and I can actually use. And I just send them to people. I'm like, this is me. They're like, that's you? I'm like, this is me. They're like, I want that. I'm like, let's get you going. So it's so simple.
Yeah, absolutely. Lori, I know you and Everett are passionate about training this topic to your team. How do you train them to get their own results?
My mantra is step number 1. So if you want to do your steps to success, you have to start with step number 1. And I know it's an option, but for me, it's not. If you want to be successful in getting those 4 customers and those 3 distributors, you have to run your auto ship, be a product of the product. I like to be consistent with things, so I'm always posting, whether it's about the greens or categories of weight loss stuff over and over and over, so people see that. Skincare, defining gel. And so people get a kind of a baseline. So So they know, hey, that's the greens girl. You know, they see me, they know I take greens. And anything else, I kind of add on to that.
And I want to go right back to where we started here as we close out. This is all just goes back to mindset and belief. You know, the more that you do this, I mean, Brian got so much confidence from helping that girl out when she really had these bigger goals, and you got her the system, and then her husband too. You know, when you use them yourself, that's when you get that confidence and you get that belief that, yes, I can do this. I can upsell to a pack because our products are amazing. Corporate has put these together. My customers are going to get results, and you can be confident in that. So, and I want to say, Dr. Don says something, he said it in the past, our wrap, if you just need to start there, okay, so those of you at home who just got your kit, if all you can do right now is just get that wrap on somebody, then do it. Because if you can get that wrap on somebody, you have their attention for 45 minutes, and you can teach them about getting healthy from the inside out, earn their trust by seeing that wrap work, because it will work, and then they'll trust you, and they'll ask you about the other things, and you talk about their goals. So at least get that wrap on them, start there, build that confidence, and then you can upsell to the packs. Okay? All right, thank you so much, guys. Weren't they amazing?